Hello friends. So today we're going to be talking about subtracting with zeros. Monday we practiced our standard algorithm and we were subtracting numbers using the standard algorithm. Really quick, if you don't have a piece of paper, a pencil, or a notebook that you're going to use to take notes, please go ahead and grab it now so that way you can follow along and write your steps. So here are some of the things we're going to be talking about. Our learning target says we will learn to find the difference between two numbers that involve zeros. Our performance of understanding is we will be able to regroup in subtraction using the standard algorithm. And our success criteria, we can use the standard algorithm to subtract numbers that involve zero. So just like we did earlier this week, we're going to follow our rules for standard algorithm when subtracting. We're going to regroup, but this time we're going to have zeros that might make it a little tricky. So before we jump into our standard algorithm equations, we are going to talk about what number is it. Here's a riddle that you're going to solve. I have a number that has two groups of 1,000, 3 groups of 10, and 9 groups of 1. Looking at this riddle, what do you notice? I notice that there are no groups of 100. I have three groups of numbers, but I don't have my 100. So that tells me I am going to have, since it goes up to the thousands, I'm going to have 4 digits, but there's not going to be anything in the hundreds place. What do you think my number's going to be? 2039. So I have 2 groups in the thousands place, no groups in the hundreds like I said, 3 groups in my tens place, and 9 groups in my ones. So if I were to take my number and subtract 2039 from 327 from this, could I do it? Write that equation down and let me know. If you can, how can I regroup in order to be able to subtract? Remember, this is just practice for you to expand your knowledge on subtracting with standard algorithm. Don't be scared to try. So, you're going to borrow from the thousands place and give a set of 10 to the hundreds place. Now we're going to practice using our 3 steps for standard algorithm. Before I start, you're going to get your math notebook, your math journal, and write these 3 steps if you don't have them already. So step 1, I'm going to subtract from the ones place. Regroup and borrow from the tens if needed. Then I subtract from my tens place and regroup from there if needed. If there's a 0, you can't borrow from here. So the 0 will need to go next door and borrow from the next place over, and then it can share. Then my last step, I'm going to subtract the hundreds and regroup from there if needed. So 4 minus 6, can I do it? No. I'm going to go next door, but like my rule said here, if there's 0, I can't borrow anything. So I'm going to go next door again. My 5 is going to become a 4. My 0 is going to become a 10. And my 4 is going to become what? Great. It's going to become 14. But don't forget to turn your 10 into a 9 because you're borrowing for your ones place. So now 14 minus 6 is going to be 8. 9 minus 3, can I do it? Yes. So 9 minus 3 is 6. And under my hundreds place, I don't have any other number. So 4 minus nothing is 4. My number should be 468. Okay, mathematicians, now you have 2 tasks. First, if you have a whiteboard and marker, you're going to make up your own equations to practice subtracting, make sure to include a 0. If not, there is also a Schoology assignment for you to complete, so make sure that you have your rules written down. And if you have any questions, don't forget to come to small group and ask them. Good luck.